Hello guys, I hope you are all fine. So today we have the game between Mohammad Amin Tabatabaei and Hikaru Nakamura. Mohammad Amin had the white pieces and Nakamura had black pieces. So let's begin by reviewing this game. The game was very a battle of computation between these two competitors, and it was very interesting and tactical game, so why not to view it. So let's begin now. The game starts with d4, d5, c4, e6, knight to f3, c5, c captures on d5, e captures on d5. We have g3, something like the Catalan opening. Okay, so we have knight to c6, bishop g2, knight to f6, and just castles. And here Hikaru could have played c4. Here one of the moves is c4, one of the moves is bishop to e6. Okay, but he played now bishop to e7, and Hikaru just lost the tempo, but it is fine, nothing wrong. And we have d captures on c5, bishop captures on c5, so he has lost tempo here, wasting a move to just take the pawn. Okay, so we have now interesting move e3, and I'm sure that Hikaru himself has just seen this move. And the plan is, if you just be careful and just castle now, then white goes b4 and bishop b2. Okay, and has a nice position here. So why should we allow white to do this to us? So here Karan Komarov prevented this move by playing knight to e4. Now if you just play b4, Karo's idea was to go just bishop e7, and actually let's see a line here, why not? And we just go through it indeed, and it's a draw and interesting line. Could just happen this line to the rear game. We have bishop b2 here, hitting the pawn on d7, bishop f6 to trade this inactive bishop with this strong bishop. Okay, so white takes on f6, queen takes on f6, hitting the rook on a1. Now, one of the lines could be just queen takes d5, ignoring it. Queen takes a1, queen takes on e4. We have bishop e6, and then after b5, knight d8. We have queen e4, preventing black from castling. Queen f6 coming back to go queen e7 and trade this. We have knight b2 now, queen e7, knight d4, and if it's changed, then after rook b8, we have rook a1, hitting the pawn on a7. So black goes a6. We just take, and we go rook a, knight takes on a6. That's not take on a6. Then we have bishop check, king e7, and then just take on a6 now. And takes on b4. We have rook check, king to d6, bishop to f3. Okay, so the game didn't continue like that, and Mohammad Amin played this knight back to knight f to d2. So played knight f d2, Hikaru played f5, and I should notice that knight takes d2 is not a very good move because after queen takes, hitting the pawn. So you play bishop e6, protecting the pawn once more. Now you have knight c3, another pressure. If you push, then you have knight to e4, hitting the bishop. If you go bishop b6, then b4 is knight's move to add another attacker to this pawn. Okay. So after castles, bishop b2, rook e8 is just playable for both pieces. So, but it is not good idea to just give up this knight. Why not play f5 and supporting this pawn? So castling is also possible. Take some takes, then queen d8. We have rook takes d8. If you just take, we have the move bishop d4, and you just want to capture and arrest white's pieces here. Okay, after here, if knight to c3, we have now another move bishop to g4. Third is just to take, and the black threat is just to take. After take, then we just have this. So uh, Hikaru Nakamura played f5 himself, and now we have the move b4. Knight to b3 could be another possibility, but b4, okay. Bishop back to e7, we have bishop b2, bishop f6, bishop captures on f6, queen captures on f6, and we have knight to b3 defending this pawn. And here we just see a deep understanding from Nakamura. Here he just guesses and allows Mohammad Amin to take this pawn with check. But what's his plan? After this, which is inaccuracy, he plays bishop e6. After queen d3, we have this knight jumping on e5, attacking the queen. And after queen to c2, we have knight to g4, attacking this. And rook is, sorry, this rook is going to hit the queen here. And a lot of this activity, and it is already lost for white. So it is not possible to capture the pawn. So Mohammad Amin just understood this issue and went for knight. Okay, went for e3 here. We have now the move bishop to e6. After knight bd2, knight jumps on e5, knight f3, knight c5, knight c4, sorry. We have queen to d4 offering exchange of queens. Queen exchange is very bad for black because after knight f takes on d4, if you go just this way, okay, then we just got another jump. If you just take, then I just take with check. So it is not possible to take the knight on c5. So what you do instead, if you play something like this, then here we have the deflecting move b5. If you just take, then I can just take on b5. So it is not possible to do this. So that's why Hikaru didn't actually exchange the queens now. He went queen e7, queen back to e7, we played. We have f to c1. It is already, this file is just semi-closed here by the knight. So knight is doing a great job on c4. So we have bishop back to f7, h4, gaining a space on the king side, and freeing space for his king to go. Maybe in the future he wants to play king h2, okay? So giving space for his king by playing h4. We have now the move a6. And Mohammad Amin went for knight e1. He could have tried knight g5, a deep understanding of this position. After knight g5, if white just captures, if black just captures, we have just captures. And if you just take, you just take that. You don't have this move because this comes with check. Okay, so after this, you just losing after like this moves. Okay, so you are just completely losing in this position. After, for example, king d6, you have this move. Okay, the idea of this move is this. A lot of threats are coming, even this. Okay, so but in this position, Muhammad and Amin tried knight e1. Maybe he wanted to just exchange this bishop of the knight on e4. He, Nakamura here played rook to d8, and it is not possible just take this down because after f takes e4, then you give black another open fire to attack with his rook. So after knight to e1, rook a to d8, we have now knight to d3, good move. h6, a4, we have b6, a5, and b5, and Nakamura here actually wanted to just close this queen side. You see, this is just getting closed and wants to attack Muhammad and his king on the king side here. Rook c2, we have rook d6, bishop to f3, and Nakamura made an inaccuracy and played the move queen to e8, but he could have tried the move g5. After g5, we have just f takes g5, f takes g5, and notice that you cannot do this king g2 and to activate your rook because of the tactic combo. Okay, for example, g2, we have g4 now, and after bishop e2, we have this beautiful tactic. I let you guys to think a moment about it. So here, Brad Nakamura has a tactic here. It is very interesting. I let you find it. So pause the video and think about it. Nakamura is actually here, not g3. Wow. So, for example, we go for the easiest one. If you just take this way, then knight takes e3. After king anywhere, here, okay, anywhere. For example, after this, then we have this horse of another fork, okay. So white can actually easily resign in this position and give it this position off. So So, but what happens after king takes on g3? We have now the move rook h6. Now the queen is just infiltrating. If you play king b2, we again have this move queen to h4. And the best move here for white is actually just to take this, but this is just completely lost in this position now after knight to f4. We have queen to, oh sorry, queen to h2, not this one, queen f1, even maybe, no, this is winning for black. You cannot take because I just take your rook, so if this, you just take this and next move is mate even, so, and this one is just threatening to promote to a queen here. Okay, so it was not possible to take this knight. Okay, but here Nakamura played an accuracy move queen to e8, and he wanted to actually, why was the queen e8 good for him? He looked at this bishop is going and he exchanged with this bishop now, and it is a good position for me. Okay, so Mohammad Amin went rook e1, we have bishop h5 anyway, and here Mohammad Amin also made an inaccuracy move. He should have tried to exchange this and placed his knight on f4 here. So hitting the queen after queen comes back to f7, we just right. If we see this usual position here, pawn blocks, okay, we should avoid pawn breaks, okay, by playing h5 here. Now he doesn't have g5 because of en passant. So, but he went for bishop g2 here, and we now have. Sorry. Okay, sorry guys, back again. So in this position, black has the move g5. After the take states, we now have the move f4. Queen g6 was played in the game. We have knight to e5. Going back to g7. Captures. And here Mohammad Amin made a blunder here by just capturing the knight on c4. He could have continued, but the unobvious move knight to f3. And now if just captures, we just take the queen, just takes back, then we have just this. And we are not losing anything, not any pawn or something like this. So, but he missed his chance and went for knight to c4, which is blunder. After knight to c4, we have d8 on c4, and now you see that Hikaru has made a pass pawn, and he's threatening also the knight, and the queen, and the pawn. Okay, so pawn that I'm just exchange, and this is just completely winning for black already. Okay, after king just takes on g7, we have knight to d4, and Nakamura just grabs the pawn on g3 here. So f takes g5, taking back the pawn, but this pawn is so weak and black can easily capture that. Hikaru played f4, great move, undermining this knight there, so you can't actually take this because of here. So Mohammad Amin just tried king f2. If you know, just take, and yes, that is also the best move here. After and also the best and simplest move here. Okay, after you just take, I just take, you just take the knight, and it's already again winning for black here. The threat is of course coming to here. One is this, okay, and to pick this pawn and maybe just push it already, okay. So just did this, and but Hikaru Nakamura played the move bishop g6 here. After bishop g6 we have rook to c3, knight coming back on h5 there. We have the move knight f3, knight g3, and threatening to fork the rook and king, okay, fork on e4. Then this happened, and now you can't actually fork because bishop takes on e4, and it is still winning for black here because of this passed pawn. Okay, so even that wins the game after the move, and that actually happened in the game. We have the computer suggests a strange line here. Rook g1 after f takes on e3, king takes on e3, bishop d3. The threat is to pick this knight by playing rook to e8 and rook takes d4. Okay, so it's, for example, if white was careless and was like this, then rook to e8 wins on spot. Okay, so but computer line is very interesting that the computer aim after rook g1 its here was actually rook g4. This is something very difficult to see for human. Okay, but Mohammad Amin went for the knight f3 move. We have bishop takes f3, king takes f3, f takes on e3, and you cannot just take this pawn here because of rook e6, and after king d2 defending the rook, we have just the move rook d8, and we just win the rook on the next move. So, but what if it tries to break it and then just take it? For example, after here, just trade and not even taking. Taking is also fine, but the fastest win here is the move c3. If you go now king d1, we have c2. After this, you should just take a pawn on c2. If you just take the rook, then this pawn just promotes. Okay, so taking the pawn on e3 is not possible here. Mohammad Amin went for king g4. We have rook d4 check. After king h3, rook to e8. If not again, he tries by taking this pawn, then we just take, and the winning move, remember guys, is just rook d3, okay? Forcing the trade of rooks, and this pawn is just simply is going to be promoted, and there is nothing to stop it. And black means simply, if you place rook g3, then we just take, and after just takes, then we have this one. Okay, so this one again simply promotes now. And here actually in this position Mohammad Amin just resigned the game. And that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. And see you next time soon. Good luck to everyone.